Shady Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the PODCast, tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Shady Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Shady Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Yeah.
Hey, it's them Wrasslin boys, POT and Big E, and we're here to bring you another episode of Welcome to Wrasslin. What's going on, bro?
What you know, brother? Hey, man, episode 42.
Hey, man.
Jackie Robinson.
There it is.
I believe that's the only one we need to
Thornton.
say. Yeah. Hey,
Thornton.
Hey, Eddie Lacy, running back from Alabama.
Hey.
Oh, man. But it's episode 42, man. How you feeling, bro?
Hey, man, I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
I'm good, man.
Hey, man.
Here for another one.
Yes, sir. Let's talk a little bit of football before we get started with a little bit of wrestling. And we're going to talk a little bit about some stuff that happened this week and talk about Crown Jewel, since Crown Jewel is 6 days away. And let's talk a little bit of football before we get into wrestling. We'll talk a little bit of NFL and college. But today, the Patriots snapped the Bills' 14th game, home win streak, 23-20. I'm still messing, man. I shouldn't even say it out loud, but I want to think about football. But I just lost my fantasy game by 100 points. The damn Keith scored 230 something, bro. 230 something.
Yeah, he pretty much steamrolling everybody right now. So I don't know what to say about that.
It ain't much to say, man. It's like, I mean, I would have had to score
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I would have had to score 240 to win. They would have had to let me start my whole damn squad, and probably still wouldn't have had 200 or something.
Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah, man. Shout out to Dollar, man. Thanks for that ass whooping. I appreciate it. Man, beat the mess out the daggone Ravens. What was it, 44-10?
Yeah, that was ugly. Didn't expect that outcome. I mean, not necessarily as far as with Houston getting the win, but to put the foots to them like that. Baltimore defense is terrible, man. That don't even sound like it's supposed to go together. When you think of defense, you think of Baltimore, you think of Pittsburgh, Seattle.
Yeah.
Like now they're like one of the rated last in points scored against them and all kinds of crazy stuff, man. It's really, and they're 1-4.
Right.
And Lamar might not play next week either because of the hamstring. So it's a long season, but you don't want to be 1-4.
It's rough to come back from.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Broncos, man. Broncos came back and beat the Eagles. And I mean, they were down a good little bit. No Falcons this week, so we had a week off.
Right. But all the teams in our division won their games today. So that was kind of a bummer.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. What'd you take away from this week in NFL? Anything that, besides what we talked about, pop in your mind? Anything that you saw that was just outrageous?
Well, the Sunday night. Well, some entertaining games. That Tampa Bay Seattle game was very entertaining. Tampa Bay, I mean, they keep winning late games. Baker Mayfield's a tough individual.
Yeah.
No matter how much I be pissed off and act like I don't like that dude. That dude's tough. He gutsy. And he's one of those kind of quarterbacks that you would like to have on your team because you know that he's going to leave it on the field at all times.
Yeah. Yeah.
But another game.
Whether you like the shenanigans, yeah, all the stuff, like you say, just, not a fan, but you got to respect the game and respect his heart. And like you said, he leaves it all out there. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And another game just went off with the Patriots beating Buffalo. And them division games are division games anyway. But Mike Vrabel bring a different kind of attitude. He's kind of like a Jim Harbaugh. And what I mean by that is that he changes the culture of the team right away. His guys are tough.
Yeah.
And you can just tell like they're gritty. And tonight's game was gritty. And It went down to the wire. And shout out to Stephon Diggs, man, who made a return home. It was a homecoming for him because he played with Buffalo for a few years.
Right.
And he went off like 10 catches, like 146 yards receiving. I mean, he went off, played a great game. So, of course, they knocked off Buffalo from being undefeated. So now there's no longer any undefeated teams in the NFL. So 72 Dolphins, you can pop your champagne for this season.
Again, yeah. Let's talk a little bit of hey man, shout out to Texans though, man. D'Amico Ryans, former Alabama player. If 2 years ago, if the Texans don't go to the playoffs, just me, I'm 90% sure he's the head coach at Alabama. 90% sure. Know they was talking to him in deep talks as soon as Saban retired, and knew they needed to, he had to make a pretty quick hire. But if they don't go to the playoffs, I'm 90% sure he's the head coach at Alabama.
If who don't make it to the playoffs?
The Texans 2 years ago. D'Amico Ryans.
You saying
D'Amico Ryans is
from back then? If they did
2 years ago,
about like this year,
yeah, because it was still in the season. Yeah, the season was still going when they need to make the hire. You know what I'm saying? So he was in the playoffs,
right?
That's what I'm saying. Like if they don't,
right, I got you.
Yeah. So, but anyway, speaking of that, it was Revenge Saturday for that Tide. Roll Tide. Had a good. I think a good game. Vanderbilt is just not the Vanderbilt of old now. They're tough. The quarterback, probably should have kept his mouth shut, doing all that talking, because a lot of times that does not, it doesn't come out. It doesn't help you none. Grabbing your nuts and shaking it to the crowd. He was out there during warm-ups practicing the victory formation. Just doing a little too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they always.
And you're doing too much in the wrong place. You know what I mean? So, and it didn't help.
Yeah.
For Johnny Manziel to be out there, doing the Heisman pose to everybody, shooting everybody the bird. You know what I mean? So, it was definitely some stuff going on. They say Tuscaloosa was at its maximum. They said that place was packed. The whole city was packed. So just beating Georgia last week and then knowing, how we took that ass whooping last year from Vanderbilt, that was a big game. And of course, everything from here on out is a big game now anyway, because they're all SEC games except for one. Everybody's got that schedule now. They got one
college game day was there.
Yeah. Them folks went crazy when Saban went out there. Absolutely. I thought I was watching a clip where McAfee was walking in, and Saban was going first, and McAfee was behind him. He was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "You need to go out last." You know what I mean? Just McAfee's that dude, man. I know a lot of older people don't like him on College Game Day, but I think, bro, anything he's on, I'm all in it to watch it. You know what I'm saying? I love it when he's on wrestling.
That.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he's the guy. I if I hear people say, I mean, everybody not gonna like you, so it's
Right.
what it is. But he's pretty high on my list. You know, and I talk about people around the world. So,
yeah. But what a humble dude, though. To be doing all this and still is just super humble and gives anybody. Just the other day, I caught his Up in Smoke or All the Smoke podcast when he was on there. You know, with Steven Jackson and your boy Matt Barnes. Yeah, just talking about how Steven Jackson was, you know, he was with the Pacers when McAfee signed with the Colts, and they were the one that introduced him to, you know, everything that was going on in Indianapolis and around there and stuff like that, and just how cool they were and stuff. And you know, anybody he loves to give people flowers, and I'm cool with it. You know, that's how you stay on top. That's how you keep getting blessings, when you keep looking out for everybody else and just stay humble, and when you don't have to be to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? So, but I thought that was super cool. FSU went down. Shout out to Bama though, Roll Tide. FSU went down again, so that's their second loss.
Yeah, they didn't just go down to anybody.
Yeah, no, that's true. I'm just saying, you know, it's 2 losses now. You know, Miami was there. Did you see the one dude that caught the TD pass and got in the camera? He was like, "Oh, yeah." The Miami dude. Hey, but at Penn State, back-to-back losses.
Well, it's shaking up. Oh, then Penn State lost to UCLA.
Yeah, they were saying they got back. They lost last weekend this week.
Right. You know? I mean, but the UCLA didn't even have a victory. Like they was 0-4.
Yeah, that's not who you want to lose to.
No. So they have to win out and beat Ohio State. Like there's no. Yeah. So it was definitely a lot of movement as far as the top 25 and a couple of key losses that push some teams out of position currently.
What about Florida beating Texas? You know, they've been talking about
that
Florida.
Was real ugly.
Florida's not Florida old right now. You know, so
yeah, but they've been talking about their defense the whole year, though.
Yeah,
they definitely have a good defense. But yeah, that was a real ugly loss for Texas. Arch Manning and crew. That
was ugly. Let's talk about Arch Manning for a minute. So all year long since last year, Bowers is leaving, gone. No, that's his job to take. You know, and they've been hyping this man up like he Jesus Christ. Like he walk on water on the football field. And I just ain't seen it. Now I seen some good stuff, some good athletic plays, some good throws, and it might not be just him. They just don't have the team that they thought they had. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they got some. I agree. They got some work to do. They definitely got some work to do. Let's talk about Clemson real quick. You got something to say, go ahead.
I gotta take on Arch Manning.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a gift and a curse, right? Having that last name, because I feel bad for him in a way because he had all that hype going into this season.
Yeah.
You know, so but it was like it was set up for him. So if he played halfway decent, then it would have been smooth sailing, and he probably been the top quarterback picked in the NFL draft.
Right.
Now it's looking like you need to play. You need to stay one more year.
Yeah.
And he probably still gonna come out. Who knows? But and like you say, he's a great athlete. He definitely run better than Peyton and Eli. He's light years. Like he's
We
way
run better
more
than
athletic
Peyton Eli.
than both of them combined. You combined. But I see him make a couple plays, getting outside the pocket, extending plays, throwing the ball down the field. But he throws some bad interceptions as well, and make you kind of wonder, like, what the hell's like? Is he pressing or are they in his head? And this loss to Florida, it's gonna be interesting to see how the rest of the season go, because the SEC don't get no easier.
Right.
So we're gonna see if he's gonna show us what he's made of.
Yeah, because they still got to play A&M and Oklahoma. Yeah, a slew of other ones. Yeah,
Georgia.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Let's talk about Clemson and UNC real quick. You know, what do you think about Belichick being over there at UNC? I mean, it's his first year. The whole damn team is practically brand new. So I don't really know what you were expecting to happen the first year. But it seems like people are already upset and over it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they got blasted by Clemson, but you also got to take, Clemson got their ass whooped by Syracuse last week. It could have been a fire lit up under them this week, but it ain't looking good for you, boy, over there.
I would say this. Everything you said was valid. First year, practically new team. But it just kind of comical to me because it's Belichick. And it seems like after the Brady split up, everything's just been downhill. Now, I'm not one of those who's going to sit here and say that he won 6 championships because of Tom Brady. Because in my opinion, the first two, at least the first 2 to 3 was because of the defense.
Right.
When it was young Tom Brady. So but I think the thing with Belichick, to be honest with you, and I really was thinking about this, like I really thought about this the other day. So it's kind of funny that you brought this up. I think maybe the game has passed him by, like his defensive philosophies, because back when he was defense coordinator with the Giants, back when he was head coach of the Patriots, all those teams, there was more run-based offenses. And there was a few teams that passed the ball to the extent of the way they pass the ball now. But now the game is everybody run these spreads, these RPOs, these passing attacks. And I just kind of think like maybe the game has passed his philosophies by, because he's still a defensive-minded coach. So I'm sure he's still trying to specialize in the defensive side of ball. And they're getting mollywopped. Like these teams scoring 35. Like this is like the third time they got beat by over 20 points this season.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. I mean, because, another year recruiting, transfer portal, but also maybe the old school way of coaching. How much has he adapted as far as out there on the practice? Because Bill Belichick very dry and he comes off as an asshole. And I know he has more personality than when he let off on TV, but at the same time, he's still Bill Belichick in the old school. So I'm pretty sure he's stuck in his ways.
Yeah, but you want to say old school and stuck in your ways, but you also went from dealing to grown men to dealing with kids, and that's even worse. That you're talking about, parents were, you're supposed to be taking care of my baby while he's out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of deal. I mean, these are kids coming straight out of high school, So, that's a whole shift in itself. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And you talking about not running the ball, bro. How many times in a game these days do you see an actual quarterback go under center?
That's what's wrong with these damn quarterbacks in the NFL. A lot of them, because when there's short yardage or obvious run plays or something, they act like they can't even damn do a handoff on a damn stretch run play when they line up from under center. They're so used to doing the
in the
RPOs
pistol or the gun,
and
and
you know,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So
run
that's
inside zones and that kind of stuff.
right. And then when you do go under center, well, everybody know you running the ball. You know what I'm saying? So
Or play action,
right,
which
right,
but the run got to be working for the play action to work.
yeah, yeah. True that. True that. And it's hard to get both of those going. It's hard to run against these. Like we, take Alabama. If we ran real good against Vanderbilt yesterday, but so did they. You know, and our starting running back came back against Georgia, but Georgia ain't no chump whether you beat them or not. And it's still hard to run on these teams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially now, bro. You look at it even 10 years ago. These linemen are 6'6", 6'7", running 4.6s. You know what I'm saying? And that's me. I'm like, why can't you run the ball? If you got that
Well,
much and that much meat and pushing that fast, but then you got just as big, just as fast on the other side.
the main problem though. Think about it.
Mm,
They're not practicing run blocking
right.
because even in high school or even when they was in middle school, these linemen are pass protecting 80% of the time. They're pass protecting. So like if they have to grab their guts and fire off the ball and run the ball, that's why a lot of these teams having trouble with short yardage because it's like
Yeah.
where everybody know you're gonna run the ball, but you probably more suited for pass protection because that's what you've been doing your whole damn life. So also you gotta think there's a lot of teams though. That's why when teams can run well, that's why Philadelphia was kicking ass last
Yeah.
year because they ran the ball so well because a lot of these teams are built to stop the pass. Like
Right.
there's always like that nickel instead of an extra linebacker, there's an extra DB. And instead of a 7-man front, I mean there's like there's 7-man front, but there's like 5 DBs.
Yeah.
It's like a different lineup instead of
Yeah.
when you got the typical 3 linebackers, 4 down linemen, then you got 2 corners, 2 safeties. Now it's like there's 3 corners or
Hmm.
3 safeties or whatever.
Right. Yeah. But like we talk about all the time, everything evolves.
Yeah.
Everything's different these days. You know. Yeah, they got a pitch clock in baseball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, hell, even think about like even with it evolving, linebackers back in the day were 250.
yeah,
Now it's like
220 because they got to cover so much.
yeah, they gotta be able to run.
Yeah, they got to be able to bat pedal, and so they
Yeah.
225.
So the guys who were the strong safeties are the linebackers now.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the guys who the linebackers, they're the rush ends.
Yeah, the DNs. Yeah, outside or the
Yeah, yeah,
outside linebackers.
yeah.
Yeah.
The 3-4. Yeah.
Well, let's jump into some wrestling, man, because that's what it's all about. Welcome to wrestling. Hey, a few things that we got.
Hey,
Yo,
like, comment, and subscribe.
man, say it again. I don't think they heard you.
Like, comment, and subscribe, people. Seriously, on a serious note. I know that was random, but I know we don't say it enough. Like, comment, and subscribe, people, because that's
Right.
what this is all about. We're trying to grow this thing. We appreciate you who do support us. The ones, especially the ones who watch every week. We love you to death. All you people who, the 164 who subscribe, we really
166.
appreciate you. 166, we really appreciate you. I swear to you.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
comment, and subscribe, people.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But
Welcome to Wrasslin.
yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Coach Storm, man. He one of the baseball coaches over there at the park. We were talking yesterday, and he's a cool dude, man. We've been talking here lately, and just after the games and stuff, and I was talking about the podcast. The podcast came up. And he was like telling me today. He was like, "Hey, man, I subscribed." You know what I'm saying? He went and checked it out, so that was cool. You know, man, shout out to him, man. So yeah, and slowly but surely we moving. You know what I'm saying? We got a little traffic going on. We got you faithful ones, and we got some people showing up, and we just gonna keep doing it, man. And it's all about welcome to wrestling, dog. Welcome to wrestling versus everybody. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be the podcast champs one of these days. Self-proclaimed anyway. But let's talk some wrestling, man. Yeah, Roman Reigns came back on Raw Monday. And we'll just jump straight to that point, you know what I'm saying? Because everything's going in. But Roman Reigns came back, helped out with Jimmy and Jay with the bronze, you know, and of course when he got into the ring, he only chopped it up with Jay. This didn't even look Jimmy's way. Jimmy over there.
Jimmy was off in the background.
Yeah, so you know they steady keeping us guessing, you know, and the heel turn looks like it's coming. I just, you know, I don't know. I don't know where it's going. I don't know where all this is going because are they just, you know, it's got to be a 6-man coming up pretty soon before they sit there and Roman gets a shot at Seth. You understand what I'm saying? It's got to be a 6-man coming. He already beat Bronson Reed. Roman Reigns did, and so there's something coming. We'll see where it goes. I like Bronson Reed though. You know how we feel about Braun Breaker. Seth Rollins is the man, but ever since Bronson Reed's got with him, you start to see a little bit more personality. When he came back from the injury, it lost a little bit of weight, but he's still, you know, still built like a monster, rather. You know, but he also been able to show the tribal thief. You know what I'm saying, man?
I was sold on that. I was sold on that dude when he was feuding with Ivar when he started tsunamiing everybody before he got injured.
Yeah. And do it multiple times.
As far as his personality really coming out because he getting more of
right.
that prime time, prime TV time.
And you know what's changed, don't you? You know what's changed and I don't think anybody's really talked about this as far as the Triple H regime. If you look at how people are dressing, it's not how it was here lately. You know, they're coming out there in street clothes. You understand what I'm saying? Wearing different stuff. Now, before the end of the McMahon era or whatever, they would come out, even when they debuted, most of the time they were coming out there in their boots and trunks and stuff like their regular gear. You know what I'm saying? Before, like you take like a Triple H back in the day with the Evolution days, he's going to be in a suit. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be in a suit. He's going to be like Flair back in the day, taking his towel, beating somebody up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that. And he'll do his gear when it's time to wrestle. But if he ain't wrestling, he don't have his gear on. That's why I when they would do those run-ins with somebody that ain't booked, but they got their gear on. Like, why would they have their gear on? They didn't have no match.
Especially if it be somebody who's like a surprise, you know, like
Randy
Orton. Like, why?
Right. Randy Orton comes back. He been gone for 12 months and come back in his drawers and boots and stuff. That's stupid. That's
RKO folks out of nowhere.
Yeah. You know, at least have some joggers or something. Do something.
That's not like realistic. Like,
right.
That'd be like, I mean, I know this is different. It's apples and oranges, but that'd be like if there's a big boxing match. So Crawford, Canelo, and then the person who want to fight the winner, come in the ring after they announce it,
he's out there in his robe and shit.
Yeah. With the gloves on and shit.
Right. He might not have
sucker
the gloves
punching
on.
Somebody during the interview.
He might not have the gloves on, but his fists are taped.
Yeah, he's sucker punching while you doing the interview with Max Kellerman,
Right.
Fish taped up and shit.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's so dumb. That'd be hilarious though to see somebody do that. If they were like a commercial like WWE was back in the day. Or would be out there jumping rope and shit. Out there training in the crowd. Shadow boxing out there in the crowd.
Hey, be more dangerous. They must have them jeans on like Arn and Barry.
Hey, they got them knee pads on top of the jeans. Come out there with the shirt cut out, the neck cut out of it.
Hey,
street fight, boy.
Street fight.
Dusty Rhodes gonna come out there with that big belt buckle with the jeans on, with the boots.
Yeah.
With a tank top. Friday night in the Omni, baby. It's going down. Bunkhouse Stampede. Big Bubba Rogers, the 2-time Bunkhouse Stampede champion.
Say Friday night at Atlanta Falls.
Friday night at the Omni, Daddy. It's gonna be on fire, you understand? Oh shit. But yeah, man, we'll see where all that goes, man. But hey, we didn't talk about this last week, but I wanted to talk about Jay getting busted open. Jay Carhill.
Yeah, with Nia Jax and the whole finish to that match.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have a strong opinion about it. It's unfortunate that botch happened, that whole, because it was definitely a major topic of discussion during last week in wrestling.
Yeah.
But I think shit happens.
Yeah.
I think what really made it really bad was that Nia Jax was
Nia did it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because of her history.
Right. This is the thing that really caught me off guard about it. I'll let you finish what you was about to say in a second. Let me say this. They were talking about, I can't remember what podcast I was listening to, but stopping the match because she got busted open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you do that, then you're telling me because it's a girl that she can't continue because she's busted open. But we're not women wrestlers. We're just professional wrestlers. Doesn't mean anything no more. Because it's like you're giving them special treatment like they can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I didn't like hearing that. Don't think that was the solution.
Yeah, I didn't like hearing that. But I tell you what, the funniest thing of that match was Nia, say what you want to about it. Like I say, shit happens. You're gonna do a spot like that, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna hit it right. This is that one where it just didn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when they were saying we want tables, and Nia looked up at the crowd and started smiling, and then went over there and went to lift the thing up, and then came up and shot them the bird. Did you see that?
Nah, I ain't get to watch the whole match.
Bro, that might have been the funniest shit I have seen in a long time. The crowd was going crazy. We want tables. We want tables. You know what I'm saying? She was like doing like this and smiling at the crowd. Went over there, pulled the apron up, went down and came up and gave everybody two, and went back to beating Jade up. But
You savage now.
I think the only reason that even became a problem is because Nia did it. Had Nia was involved. That's the only reason why. Like I said, she just got the reputation from a while back. It's been a while. You know, she was just a little stiff out there. But she's a big girl. I'm sure she's a little bit stronger, a little bit rougher than everybody else. But, you know, you got to tame that shit. You know what I mean? If you're going to take care of the person you're supposed to be working with.
Right.
You know what I mean? So y'all can, you know, continue to make money together. But I just wanted to bring that up. You know, Jade Cargill had that crimson mask. That's a pretty face to get blooded, though. I tell you that much. And well, shout out Brandon Phillips, man. But Reed Ann's finest. But on SmackDown, you had you know, the Bronze. I like the way how they go back and forth, both shows, showing up everywhere. Paul Heyman, man, he's just produced a superstar, man. He just brings the best out of everybody that he works with. And I think not only is Seth Rollins receiving that, but so are the Bronze.
Right.
You know, I mean, they, you know, and I hope I believe they are because what we're watching, but I'm sure they're taking full advantage of everything he has to offer as far as helping the wrestling business. You know what I'm saying? So, man, shout out.
It's just like Evolution back in the day, or you know, there's history repeats itself, and that's, you know, or when Cody came up with Ted DiBiase Jr. with Legacy with Randy. Even though, I mean, this is a little deeper than that though, because of the Paul Heyman effect. You don't just have Seth Rollins, you have the Oracle, the Advocate, the Wise Man. You know, Paul Lee dangerously. You know, he is definitely. And this is saying a lot because this is not the era of managers. But when you think of a Mount Rushmore of managers,
man, he's on there.
Heyman is on
there. Got to be on there.
Yeah, you know, so
got to be. You talk about what a roster he's had.
Right.
You go because, Rikishi, you know, might not be is a huge name. He's a Hall of Famer, but back then, they were the Samoan SWAT team, but them dudes was dangerous, dog. They were running through everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He had them, then he had the Dangerous Alliance, the original Midnight Express, all that feuding he did with Cornette.
I mean, just think about the Dangerous Alliance in itself, though. Because that's when they finally got away from the whole Horsemen as being like the top heels of the company.
Right.
And think of the squad, though. Like Ravishing Rick Rude, stunning Steve Austin, even though he wasn't Stone Cold then, we didn't know he was going to be Stone Cold. But even as stunning Steve Austin, he was good.
Right.
Double A, Bobby Eaton. Two of probably arguably the best tag team wrestlers in their own right.
Medusa
in one faction. And I mean, Zabisco for what he brought to the table, the Cruncher. And like you said, Medusa. That was a mean squad, bro.
You talk about, you know, you talk about women wrestlers. Medusa, Sherry, them might be some of the toughest women. Bro, them women of the day didn't want none of them.
Right.
Not all of them, but them were some tough ladies back then.
They was kind of caught in the crosswind of their era and like in between, because if you really think about it, they was like pretty much like the last of like the old school, as far as the Mullahs and the Wendy Richters, and
Yeah,
there was more of them, but like but even with Sherry and Medusa, they kind of came up in the 80s
yeah,
before they got to WWE, the Alundra Blaze, and
right.
I mean, because Sherry was a wrestler, and then
Yeah.
when she came to WWE, she kind of took more of a manager
But she
role
got to get her
because
stuff in. She like
no, well, no
she's
doubt, no
taking
doubt.
so many bumps. She like I don't look at Medusa as far as when she was with the Dangerous Alliance or Sherry when she was managed anybody. I never looked at them as a valet. They were managers. They used to put in work.
Oh, no doubt, no
You
doubt,
know,
no
I don't look
doubt.
at them as valets. You know, and of course that was Paulie's stable, but she was a part of it. She used to go out with Stunning Steve, go out with the rest of them. She gonna do her stuff. She gonna get hit. Sister Sherry, she coming off the top rope. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
She
no
getting
doubt.
involved.
She,
She getting
yeah,
involved.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
so
shit. Scary Sherry.
yeah, yeah. When she was with the Macho Man, when she was with HBK, you
Yeah,
know, with Harlem Heat,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Man. But she used to go ham when she was with Macho King, though. She'll
Hell
do that
yeah.
splash when she was with Flair. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, but she get it in. Yeah, man. Shout out to them ladies, though.
Absolutely.
But I did like how you see they stirring the pot with Randy and Cody. They
Yeah.
stirring the pot. Paul Heyman stirring the pot. Mr. Orton, you're a hard guy to get a hold of. You don't return my phone calls, my text messages, and he was like, to get you out here, we knew if we had the American Nightmare cornered, it's like they wanted him to be out there. You know what I'm saying? So he's stirring the pot. So there ain't a doubt in my mind we're gonna see a Cody and Randy Orton match here real soon. And if it's at WrestleMania, so is that Cody's ceiling? Does he beat Orton or does he go over on Orton? Is Cody's ceiling 1 year reign, one and under?
I've been thinking about this, and the whole time I'm thinking that it's going to be a WrestleMania match, but they are planting the seeds. I don't want to say early because they'll slow play it, but
Yeah,
it it looked like this. They may do this like at the Royal Rumble, and they may have something bigger for WrestleMania. But if that's the case, what will
what
they
if Randy
have
Orton
for
wins the
him?
Royal Rumble and then
Okay,
goes
well,
after Cody's?
well, one way or another, they're going to have this match. It just is
Yeah,
it going to be at the Royal Rumble or is it going to be at WrestleMania?
right.
Because Cody was on Pat McAfee last week, and he was really upselling the tag match and
Mm,
how this might be the last time he get the team with Randy. And he said, "Cause you never know, he's been wrestling for a long time,
yeah,
and he said, you never know, hell, he might wrestle 10 more years. I mean, not really, but he was like, but at the same time, you just never know." And he was talking about how he loved wrestling in Cincinnati, and that arena means a lot to him. And
yeah,
but it was like the way he was talking though, and I'm talking about Cody, it was like he was building the story of
yeah,
letting everybody know how much he cares for Randy, because Randy helped him get to where he is now, obviously. And they're gonna build on that because it's gonna make the betrayal
mm,
cut deeper to
yeah,
make it, you know,
yeah,
to make like, oh, how could Randy turn his back on his friend when the whole time he's the fucking viper? He
right,
is the snake,
yeah,
you know. I mean, he's the ultimate heel. And he's been a face for a long time.
right. longer than usual. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because
we
he's
know
such a
it's
good
coming.
heel, man.
It's just win. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of heels, I didn't even have this on the outline, but I want to talk about Dominic Mysterio for a minute, who's supposed to be a heel. That match with Rusev on Raw, Rusev, it's like they popped when he came back for the first time, but that was it. It was all about Dom. Even when Rusev came out there, it wasn't no big deal, or even during the match, it was all about Dom, man. The crowd and everybody is loving Dom. There's definitely something going on with the Judgment Day with him and Finn Balor. They eventually gonna come to a head, but it's just, man, what you knew he was gonna be good, but you didn't know he was gonna be this good. I
want to talk about that match with Rusev because I really felt like, because Rusev a hard hitter.
Yeah.
And I was curious of how they was going to slay that dragon. Of course, we knew Dom was gonna go over, but how they was gonna
but
make
how were they gonna do it?
Yeah,
and they did it so slick. It was really
But it was like, but Dom, he was tough in that match, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they didn't make him, like he did some cowardly stuff, but he also had balls and was tough.
Right.
And
he got through the match. He didn't do it to the very end.
Right. So so shout out to Dom. Shout out Rusev, on this particular run. It's good to see him back, whether fans remember him or not, or like him or not.
Right.
The man's in phenomenal shape. And glad to see that he just seems to be happy instead of being Miro AEW when they really wasn't using him to full capacity.
Yeah, no doubt. And to talk about AEW, Andrade showed up, debuted again, and so he's definitely back with them. I think he's a major talent, man, and he's definitely got the fashion sense, and it's definitely different. He's still a lucha.
I fuck with him. I fuck with Andrade.
Love like wears the mask and then takes it off. You know what I'm saying? Like wears to the ring and then takes it off to wrestle and stuff. And I think he's got a little bit more. They got a little more leeway over there on AEW with stuff they can do and as far as with their character and stuff. And that's good and bad. That's a gift and a curse at the same time, because you don't have all the things that WWE has to enhance your character. The stuff that the classes, the teachers and stuff. Of course, AEW doesn't have everything that they have. They not the machine. They got bread behind them. That's for sure. They got bread behind them, but it's still not WWE. It's
but I think not put in place.
Right. It's polished.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I do believe they can. It's like WCW could be a little bit more free about what you do with your character back in the day. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, hey man, let's talk about Crown Jewel real quick before we wrap it up. We got Crown Jewel in about 6 days. The matches that we do have, we have Stephanie Valkyrie and Tiffany Stratton. This champion versus champion, but it's the Crown Jewel Championship that's on the line, not the titles in themselves. So, everybody, it doesn't matter who really goes over. They're going to make everybody look strong. You're going to have Cody and Seth, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky against the Kabuki Warriors, and then AJ and John Cena. I'm really looking forward to that one. They've had some bangers before. AJ's going to make John Cena look good. AJ's going to get his power moves in, his high flying moves in. I can't believe that 2 years from now we're not going to be talking about AJ Styles as far as an active wrestler. That's going to be crazy. But really looking forward. I'm sure they're going to add one more match to make it 5 because there's only 4 right now. Right or wrong, we still got a Raw and still got a SmackDown. So we'll see where all that goes. What are you looking forward to? What are you thinking as far as who's going over and things of that nature? Nature boy.
Whoa. Well, I'm thinking with Stephanie and Tiffy time, I think Stephanie gonna go over on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of she's the new one.
Right.
And she just won the title, and they've been pushing her hard. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Tiffy, she's been champion for a while over on SmackDown, and I mean, she's the new thing, but I think she can afford a loss.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it still remain just as big as she is.
Yeah. I think Stephanie gonna win. They're gonna push her.
Mm-hmm.
And now Cody, Seth. I think Seth gonna go over. How? We definitely know it's gonna be shenanigans.
Right.
Because he's not gonna like pin Cody clean. They're not gonna let Cody lose clean.
Right.
So,
but you don't want to let Seth lose clean either, though. You want something to happen to where something were to happen. Not necessarily anybody interfering, but them trying to hit Cody with a chair and they accidentally hit Seth and he rolls him up real quick, something like that.
Cause see, and the reason why I say Seth would get the victory, in my opinion, is they've been on the build-up. They've been talking so much about Cody beating Seth.
Mm.
It's like can Seth get over the hump? That's why he said, I need this. I need to win this. Because in WrestleMania 38, oh, surprise, Cody Rhodes here. He beat him. Then they had another match. Cody won. Then they had a Hell in a Cell when Cody had the torn pec or whatever.
Right.
Cody won. It was like he never got that victory back. Now they're both champions, but Seth is the top heel. And you see how the Vision been winning all their matches lately.
Right. Yeah.
And because they're the new bloodline. Not comparing them to the bloodline, but they're the new top heels.
Yeah, they're the top faction right now. Yeah.
Right. So I think that plus Cody won the Crown Jewel last year. He beat Gunther, to be the ultimate champion. So I can see them of course, it's gonna be shenanigans.
Right.
What's gonna happen? We don't know.
Right.
But
does Cody show up with help? Does he show up with the Usos and Roman Reigns?
I mean, that'd be interesting.
Right. We'll see. I'm with you on that. I agree with you 100%. If either way, it's going to be something will happen to cause the other one to win or lose the match. Either way it goes, it's not going to be a clean pinfall on either side. Because unless it's part of a story that you're trying to build. But I don't see them doing that to Seth with him being the world heavyweight champion. Just getting pinned clean after nothing happens at all. And they even got, like I say, don't even have to be on Cody Rhodes' part. It could be Bronson Reed and them do something, or Braun Breaker do something and miss and hit Seth on accident and something like that.
Right.
So I'm with you on that. What you thinking about Cena? And we'll talk about Rhea Ripley and Io Sky and the Kabuki Warriors first.
Well, I mean, that was very predictable. How that played out, even all the way to the tag team match. I do like how Kyrie is kind of like caught in the middle, and
Mm-hmm.
Oscar's like bullying her. Come on, Kyrie,
Right.
Because she's like, we need to be a family. Like she tried to talk to EO, like, hey, and it's that's gonna end up costing them some kind of way.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be this match, but matter of fact, I think Rhea and they in Australia.
Yeah. Her
Rhea
home.
EO,
Yeah.
yeah, they gonna get the dub on that
Yeah.
one.
They just on that alone, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
But
with
but I like the story though. Oscar's a badass, man. See, and with her and Rhea, that's always very intriguing to me because they
you. Yeah.
both very badasses and
Right.
like
Hard
yeah,
hitters. Yeah.
yeah.
The
So
Oscar's tough, dog.
yeah,
I think she's sexy tough too. Me,
nah,
you know what I'm saying?
nah.
Because she
But
got the
then
little
she got
sex
that,
appeal too.
yeah,
The
you know how she
entrance,
be smiling,
yeah,
like yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, I definitely, I'm an Oscar fan, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah. No
Yeah,
one's ready for Oscar.
right. So, but yeah, I do see Rhea Ripley and EO going over, to be in Australia and Perth.
Yeah,
So first time Crown Jewel's not gonna be in Saudi Arabia.
right.
Um, so all right, man. AJ and John Cena. After this one, you got three more appearances by Cena. He's done.
Well, I definitely think that Cena gonna get the dub
Hmm.
because just got destroyed by Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
And also, you got to think AJ has been very successful versus John Cena in their rivalry.
right.
Therefore, I mean, I guess you could say the same about Brock Lesnar, even though Brock Lesnar had a bigger.
He definitely has seen a number. That's for sure.
Yeah, but that's why I was like, you would think that okay, well, Cena gonna get a farewell victory, but that definitely wasn't part of the plan.
Right.
But this is different here, and I really this might be to be real. We know this is one of Cena's last profile matches because the man's about to retire. Like I said, he got what 3 more appearances after this one.
Yeah.
But for AJ, this might be one of his biggest remaining matches
Yeah.
of his career, like high profile matches.
Yeah.
Because how many more? Because you would think if this next year is gonna be his last year, I mean, I don't see them putting him in a world title storyline or anything. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
But I don't see them
It's
doing
it's,
that.
it's I understand why they did it for Cena. I wish they wouldn't have, but it's almost too predictable. If you know he's gonna retire, you're not gonna let him retire the champ. You know what I mean? That's not gonna happen.
No doubt. But
So
Cena too, though.
yeah, that's a totally different story.
For for the company in itself.
Yeah.
Nothing against AJ Styles, obviously, because you know how we feel about AJ Styles.
Yeah.
And to me, AJ Styles is sort of like HBK as far as what he does in the ring and
Yeah.
or a Seth Rollins. Like I put all them guys in the same kind of category where I just feel like they can really like have a great match with anybody.
Right.
Big guy, small guy, you know,
Yeah.
heel,
Somebody
face.
else that can work good, that they can make pure magic together.
Right.
So they're
Right.
gonna
So
they're gonna have a good match regardless. But if you got somebody
right.
else that's and you can say Cena can't wrestle all you want to, but he can sell and do everything that you need to do. If he couldn't, he wouldn't have been
Yeah.
he
He
wouldn't be what he is.
yeah, it's just like Hulk Hogan, even though but what Hulk Hogan did in the WWF was very limited. but people who dig deep saw footage of him doing.
Oh, he can wrestle. Hogan can wrestle. Yeah.
Even the stuff he did with Muta.
Oh.
When he came back and won WWF title, like one of his last runs, and when he fought Muta, what was that in like 92 or something like that? I can't remember 90, but
91, 92.
Yeah. So, and he was doing some stuff in that match that he don't do, on, Superstars of Wrestling, or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
we'll definitely see. I'm with you. I'm like I say, how I feel about AJ. So look for AJ to go over, but
he's gonna bring the best out of Cena, though. Like,
absolutely.
I would be shocked if this match don't be a good match.
Right.
I think they're gonna go out with a bang.
Right. Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, man, it's going to be a good one. I'm excited to see if they do add a match, what it's going to be or who it's going to be. So we'll find out, and we'll be back next week to talk about the results and talk about what happened, and hopefully we'll have some good stuff to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And we got the ESPN app, so we get to watch it, so it's all good. But hey, man, once again, like, comment, subscribe. This has been Welcome to Wrasslin, episode 42. Welcome to Wrasslin.
Welcome to Wrasslin.
Welcome to Wrasslin, Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the PODCAST, tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinger splash. Straight to the face, I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like a dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me.